I'm sparkly Batman. All right, guys. I think I gave away what we're doing here today. We're gonna take a look at the Batman trailer. It's starring the guy from Twilight, and I probably should have given him the respect of looking up his real name, although I didn't. Aegis, do you know the fellow's real name?
His name is Robert Paulson. No, Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. Okay, so Robert Pattinson's gonna be the new Batman. First of all, I do want to say I've heard he's actually a fantastic actor outside of the Twilight series. But Aegis, I'll tell you right now, I don't know of a single other movie that he's in. And therefore, when I first heard it announced he was going to be Batman, I was going, oh no. What do you think?
Actually, he was in Tenet.
Oh, was he? Oh, yeah, he
Yeah.
was. You were right. Yep,
He was in
that's
Tenet.
fair.
He was in I didn't see it, but he's in the movie called The Lighthouse with William Dafoe.
Oh, I've heard that's good. I didn't realize he was in that. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it.
Yeah, it's actually just those two guys. I'm pretty sure just those two guys in the whole movie. And I heard that was
Okay.
actually really good.
So are you a bit more? So you started off hopeful for this movie then, because you know that he has better acting chops than I was originally aware of.
That's what I say. He's got good acting chops, man. Like he's come a long way since the days of Twilight.
Right.
But
Okay. Fair
it's like
enough.
that ball and chain that you just keep dragging. It's not going anywhere. People are gonna remember
No,
it.
no. Oh no. He's shiny boy for the rest of his life. Sparkly boy. But at the same time, I'm willing to give the guy a chance. Everybody, just so you're aware, both me and Aegis have already seen this trailer. For me, it's been basically since the day the trailer came out. I haven't seen it again. Aegis, how about you?
The exact same here.
Okay, so it's still going to be a relatively fresh viewing for both of us.
Right.
Okay, then let's get into it.
Boom shakalaka.
Pause.
So,
There it is. It's the duct tape. That's why I think it's Hush.
is that his thing?
He has a thing for taping up his face and the faces of the individuals that he's taken apart.
Taken apart, like killed them?
I don't I don't want to spoil too much because I know you don't know who Hush is, but even in the games where Hush has been involved, I think he was in Arkham Knight or Arkham City. I can't remember which one. And in his actual comic line, um, he has a thing for wrapping his face up either in cloth or in duct tape. So the fact that the trailer literally opens with the sound of duct tape, I don't know that I agree with everybody that the primary antagonist is going to be Riddler. But all right,
Hmm.
I should probably let you actually watch the trailer. My apologies.
No, that's actually a good point, but I hope they do two villains well, because I remember Dark Knight, it was Two-Face and the Joker. And I think that this
Two
was,
villains. Two
yeah.
villains. They've already announced there's going to be like seven.
Is the Penguin gonna be in this?
I don't know the full list. We'd have to look it up when we're done watching the trailer. But yeah, they've basically said he's going to get swarmed by his rogues gallery.
Oh my God, sweet. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah. All right, let's actually watch the trailer. Sorry, guys.
From your secret friend. Who? Haven't a clue.
We can stop it. It's been about 30 seconds. Okay, first off, is that Detective Gordon, or he's not Commissioner yet? I don't think, because it's still young Batman.
Yeah, I've heard somewhere that he's Commissioner Gordon. So yeah, he's going to be Commissioner Gordon.
Okay,
And as you paused it, I'm sitting here trying to read this note.
you're welcome.
Haven't a clue. Let's play a game, just me and you. And then so I know someone translated what's at the bottom of this, but I forget what it says. So, what do you think is going to be the setup for this movie?
It's
Why do you
probably
think Riddler? Sorry, go on.
um. Well, I'm thinking it's gonna start off like a simple, like couple of murders, and looks like Batman's young Batman because he's rocking like the black boots, and I think that's like a telltale sign that he's only been doing this a couple of years because I think this is when he's not quite full Batman. He's more like a detective right now, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's doing. This one seems a lot more grounded already in the whole detective work side of it. But I
Right.
think you're right. This is supposed to be earlier in his career.
Yep. Um, but I don't know why the Riddler, but I'm not opposed. I think it could be fun. I don't think I've seen a whole lot of the Riddler since Jim Carrey back, oh Jesus, 20 years ago ish.
Well, I think I have a guess that this is going to be the Riddler, kind of like in Gotham, where the Riddler knows about the corruption within the. I was going to say the LAPD, but that's not the Gotham PD,
Yep.
GPD. Um, and I think he's going to see it as he's helping Batman.
Oh.
Just the impression I get right off the kind of hop and the skip by seeing the no more lies and all the things showing all the corruption in the city, and then right here, like it almost it looks like he's being friendly towards Batman or competitive with him might be another word. Maybe he sees it as he's competing with Batman.
I do get a friendly vibe though. It's like let's play a game. Like he's trying to help him out with the case, kind of guide him.
Right.
Because I feel like either the Riddler in this case committed the murders or had his like lackeys do it, and so he's kind of leading him along the trail like the Riddler would do.
Right. And maybe the end game that the Riddler is going for is Batman realizes how corrupt the city is around him or the police department is around him.
I think it's a fair assessment. Yeah.
All right, hit play. I'm glad you paused though
Play
on
a
that thing.
game.
I want to read it.
Just me and you.
Good timing.
Any of this mean anything to you?
Also, that suit looks pretty awesome. Can I just say that?
Yeah, it does. I think it looks pretty great. It looks very slim and slick, almost like something that you'd see someone wear who actually wants to disappear into the dark.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
You're becoming quite a celebrity. Why is he writing to you?
If you are justice,
Pause.
please.
So that was definitely the Joker gang. And before that, you want to rewind like 10 seconds?
Here or
Wonder
a
if
little
he's
further.
Penguin.
That's what I was
No,
thinking, right?
know this is where I want to be. Is he Penguin?
That's what I was thinking. Like right away, he's got the sharp face, the big long nose. I think that probably is Penguin.
Right. So far, I'm guessing maybe Joker isn't actually in the movie, but the Joker gang is, and then Penguin's here. So what I'm wondering is, it's going to basically maybe young Batman kind of getting in over his head and thinking he can take all this on,
Yep.
and then Riddler, even though Batman doesn't kill, and maybe Riddler is the alternate foil to him that the Riddler is willing to kill.
Yep.
And he thinks he's helping, but obviously Batman doesn't agree. What do you think?
Well, I think we've already seen a possible fourth or fifth villain too. Like maybe not villain, but antagonist. Because I mean, Catwoman.
Oh, I actually missed that. Oh yeah. I heard Catwoman was going to be in that. I don't know how that slipped by my. Maybe I thought it was Batman when the scene played. Nope, definitely Catwoman.
Yep. So I mean, we got possibly Hush, Joker involved somewhat, Penguin, Riddler, and Catwoman. That's five, maybe four and a half if Joker's not fully involved.
Yeah, I don't think it'll actually be Joker. I think it'll just be the Joker gang. Like I think they'll almost be used as like beat 'em up gang villains that maybe the Riddler can murder. As kind of like I don't know what you call it, like disposable henchmen that the Riddler can murder off without it being like, oh, you murdered Catwoman.
Like fodder or red shirts.
Exactly. Or maybe
Okay.
it's the very end of the movie and it's a hinted sequel.
You know what though? I wonder if they wouldn't do that just because that was already done, like in the same way, like wherever Batman Begins, if he flips the card and he's like, "I'll look into it."
You give people way too much credit for being original.
At the same time, I would love that. I would love that.
All right, sorry, let's carry on.
Okay, my wayward son.
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
you supposed to be?
No, we swear that guy lived.
Man, no mercy. He just
Do you want
laid
to
into
rewind
him.
and do you want to play that again? Did
Yeah.
he just murder that guy?
He bitch smacked him a bunch of times. You don't
I
step to
think, like,
Batman.
can you hit play on that?
Oh, I can.
The hell are you supposed to be?
So that's definitely a Joker game.
Yeah, the makeup alone, yeah, agreed. Jesus.
Okay, that could have been a knockout. But I mean,
I'm vengeance.
He said it.
isn't it? Yeah, I am the Knight, I am vengeance, or I am the Batman. Isn't that the full line?
Yep. Is it Batman or Dark Knight?
No, it's frig. I think it's I am vengeance, I am the Knight, I am the Batman, or something like that. Is the full line. They just have never said it in the movies.
Okay, then I think you're right.
I think he might have murdered that guy.
If not, he's critical.
So I have a question. Yeah, if not, he's very close. I have a question. Do you think it's possible this is a prequel to Batman versus Superman? And this is the movie that shows why Batman started murdering in this universe?
Part of me wouldn't be opposed to that because I do like Ben Affleck as Batman. I thought he was actually pretty good, and I'm really excited to see the Snyder Cut, which that's another idea for something we should watch in the future.
Oh yeah, we should review that. But sticking to this movie, my question to you is: do you think this movie shows how this universe's Batman gets distorted and twisted enough to become the Batman we see in Batman versus Superman?
It'd be
And
nice to see that flip.
Do you think that maybe they might have just spoiled the last scene of the movie there?
No. You know what that could be? That could be like, well, I guess this is taking place like a year or two after he's donned the suit. So it's not like it's his first mission and they're like, "What are you?" And this is like his first interaction with bad guys. Um, I mean, now that you say it, it could be an ending scene where it just ends right there, right?
Well, what do you think if maybe this whole movie shows a much more brutal side to Gotham, and a lot of people do die in this movie, and that scene is the very last scene of the movie showing that Batman has given up the whole "I leave people alive" thing?
I mean, if a lot of people he cared about has died or people he's trying to save aren't being saved, he might just say to hell with it and just try and take vengeance into his own hands.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm interested. I'm curious. I hope they didn't just show the end of the movie, but it is interesting that the Joker gang appears to show up, and it in such a like it. Anyway, all right. What do you think of the Batmobile or the back of the Batmobile? Does it show more of it?
It'll probably show a side picture in a second.
All right, then let's hit play.
Oh my god, that looks like a sports car with a big ass fucking engine just strapped on the back of it to give it more juice.
Give it NOS. No, give it a jet engine.
I've seen Fast and Furious, guys. Let's use NOS. Come on, Alfred, help me.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks a lot more. Again, every vibe I get from this movie is it's going to be more grounded than The Dark Knight was. And Dark Knight was pretty grounded.
It looks like it's pretty gritty too, right? Just the dark aesthetic of it.
Right. And that was part of why I was wondering whether or not this is going to be a prequel to Batman versus Superman. Is just how dirty and kind of grimy and how not good of a guy Batman looks like.
Did you like Batman vs Superman?
Let's save that for another conversation.
That's fair. Okay.
All right. Okay, I love that. I love the way the Batmobile looks. Do you like it?
I'm just trying to think. Is that like an old like Camaro or what?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it gives me definitely like an old school muscle type vibe, not a sport car. But I wasn't gonna contradict you.
Muscle, but that is why I meant muscle. Yeah. Thank you.
It looks slick. You don't get enough lighting to completely see it, which I'm sure is intentional for the trailer, but you can get just enough of a vibe that I think looks pretty slick.
I don't think that thing is street legal, I'll be honest.
No. Then again, punching criminals in the face is only legal in certain places.
Kinky.
All right. Someone just tased Batman. Wait, go back.
I thought he got shot like point blank in the chest.
Oh, was it a shot? Okay, on my screen it looked like a taser. Oh, it's a gunshot. Okay, yeah, fair.
You're part of this too. How am I part of it? You'll see.
When will it come out? We don't know.
Yeah, this is perfect timing for us to be unsure of when we want to release this. Make it look mysterious. Can you zoom back a little to where we can see the screen on Batman's monitor?
Like right there.
What is that face? And what is that sentence saying? The screen isn't big enough for me to see it on my screen. That was
Now,
saying...
it was saying
It was
something. Let me see
saying
it a little more clear a second. Maybe it says you're a part of this too.
Is that
What
what it
about?
said? I can't zoom in enough to see it on my little screen, but I want to know what that's saying.
I just got it in 4K right now. It looks like none of the words that like in the sentence "you're a part of this too," like nothing is that long at the end of the sentence, so it's probably not that.
No, can you zoom in and see it, or is that going to be impossible?
Zoom in. No.
Okay, no worries. We'll take a look at that post edit. I think this all looks pretty slick. I love the Batmobile in the back. It's clearly up either to get repaired or souped up. He's got his makeup on. That was kind of neat. When it pans around, it shows that he's got his makeup from where he's darkened his eyes.
Yep.
That looks pretty good. I like that.
Looks like he's a fan of MCR.
Yeah, that's true. But I think it looks more realistic to how you'd have to wear a cowl like that. Like in most versions, it's like, okay, his eyelids and stuff are all still bright white. How are it doesn't mask where he is, right?
Right.
Anyway, I just think it looks slick. I like it. What do you
Let's
think?
let's just see if there's anything more after the title, like that goes across the screen, and then I'll kind of chime in. No. Zip. Uh, Again, I'll say that I'm actually really hyped for this movie. I think he looks like he could be a decent Batman. What's weird is we were used to having jacked Batman from Ben Affleck, and also pretty decently sized Batman from Christian Bale. And to have a more lean Batman, maybe that makes sense just given his age and how young he is, but it'll be different. Maybe he'll be a little more mobile and fast and nimble. I don't know.
He looks like he could be more stealthy.
Yeah,
Batman and Batman versus Superman. I don't care how fast you make a move and how much CGI you have. A guy that size and that big of armor is not going anywhere stealthily.
nope. No, exactly. Like it
Yeah, I
looks like
like
his
this shot.
tech is like he's kind of rough, and it looks like he's even in like a hangar or something. He's doing a lot of the work on his own. Maybe has he even? I think he has Alfred right now, right? Because Alfred's always with him, but is he as involved right now?
I don't know. You can hear Alfred talk at one point saying that you made quite a bit of fans or something, or you made a name for yourself. I forget what exactly he said.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that Batmobile. That Batmobile looks like it's got just metal plates welded onto it. I'd say that Batmobile is supposed to be a lot more homemade looking. It
yeah.
doesn't look like military gear. That looks like he made that.
Funny because I mean, not Gotham. Oh geez, Wayne Enterprises. They would have the money, which means he would have the money to invest in this kind of architecture, or at least that's the impression I got from seeing The Dark Knight. Just all the money he had access to, right?
Oh yeah, but I mean, at the same time, when I was watching Dark Knight, I always was questioning, and I know the movie gave excuses for it, but how did no one in the entirety of Gotham Enterprises not be like, wait a minute, that's that armored car we designed?
That's true because it's army. It's a military vehicle, isn't it?
Right, exactly. And I know they said they shelved it, and they said it never went anywhere because Batman cut off all the military stuff. But it's like, how did not a single scientist or anyone look out and be like, huh, he's wearing everything we designed?
I guess they didn't get the memo.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited for this. I think it looks good. I think it looks grounded. I think it looks gritty. I think Hush is going to be involved. I don't think it's going to be Joker pulling off the actual murders. I think it's going to be Hush.
No.
But that's a guess.
My one thing is I hope that it turns out really well because I'm pretty hyped for it. I love Batman, and this will be a day one see if it's in the movies. But I just hope that they're not juggling too many balls with all the villains.
Well, but that's the thing is I don't know if they intend to juggle those for very long. That's why I wonder if this is going to be a much darker universe. I wonder if they intend to kill multiple of them off.
Mm,
Like basically, they're the victims.
maybe.
They're the victims that either Hush or the Riddler are after to prove their point to Batman.
You know what I find too these days is Justice League. Look at that. It spent a lot of its movie trying to set up spin-off stories for its heroes, and
Hmm.
it kind of took away from the plot of the movie, right? There wasn't enough runtime to do that, and then they were almost more focused on making spin-off movies throughout, like Aquaman and another Wonder Woman movie. So, like, I just hope that this one it turns. I just hope this one turns out well. I really want it to turn out well.
I think what's going to happen is the villains in this movie are villains that Batman's already captured, gotten into the criminal justice system, and then within the year and a half he's been active, they're already back on the streets.
You think to Arkham?
And yeah, or yeah, Arkham or Blackgate, whichever one it is in this movie. And in a lot of these universes, when Batman starts, it's Blackgate that's open, not Arkham. Arkham's kind of later on.
Okay.
But I think what's going to happen, and sorry if this is spoiling anything, but this is actually a guess, not like coming out of other comics. I think the Riddler is going to try to kill off every one of his rogues gallery that Batman failed to keep in jail. And this scene here about you're part of the issue too is Riddler communicating with Batman near the very end of the movie, being like, "Do you not understand that not killing the villains in Gotham is only going to ever result in them getting back out?"
Yeah,
And I
maybe
think
that's the realization he has to learn. Like that's not going to save anybody.
right, and I still think that's going to lead to the end result of this is potentially a prequel that shows how the Batman from Batman versus Superman murdered so many people without any pity.
Hmm. Yeah, because he did murder people in that movie easily,
Right.
like nothing.
Right. So, what do you think? Do you think that's probably going to be the plot?
I like it. I think that would make sense given parts of the movie we've seen, like from the trailer, especially this scene here. Like you're part of the problem or you're part of it too. Like he's not helping.
So, is Selena Kyle getting girl in a fridge in this movie?
Selena, is that chick that
Catwoman.
he? Oh, Catwoman. Jeez. Is
Is
she
Catwoman
getting
getting
the
girl in a
fridge?
fridge?
Is she dying?
Well, girl in the fridge is a thing in comics that historically to inspire heroes, especially when a hero's been used too much, when a hero gets used too much, to inspire the hero to do new things, they kill off his girlfriend.
Oh,
And
jeez.
it was in a comic years ago. I think it was a Green Lantern comic where literally the shock scene is he opens his fridge and his girlfriend is stuffed in it. So they call it a girl in the fridge syndrome, and they basically it's kind of sexist and misogynistic because they basically use the girlfriend as you know,
A plot
you know
device?
yeah, plot device. They murder her off as a plot device to inspire the male hero, which I actually agree with is a pretty shitty way to do your female characters,
Yeah,
especially female characters that are well developed and well liked.
like
Like not just random characters, could be male or female. These are usually well developed female characters that people care about, and they get plot device to death, right?
yeah. I don't think that'll happen to Catwoman, especially in this movie. Maybe in the future one, but especially in today's day and age, I can't see that happening at all. People would bitch about it, and rightfully so.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Hollywood doesn't seem to learn their lessons very quickly, so we'll see what happens. I have I have a whole mental image of how I think this movie's going to go, not based on the comics, but just well, the Hush thing is from the comics, but everything else is just a guess from the trailer. Do you have any theories?
Uh, See, I don't come from a background of reading comics, and I kind of wish I did because I missed out on a lot like Marvel and DC. But I didn't even know who Hush was. I just figured it was all the Riddler, and then it was like the gang of goons. You got like the Penguin and Catwoman involved somewhat, but I didn't know about Hush. I didn't think of the Joker, although a little bit because of the makeup on the guys at the end.
Right. No, that's
But
the Joker gang. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
Joker gang.
mm. No, is Hush a good villain?
It is hard to explain. explain Hush at all without spoiling him. The only issue is I don't know, because the way I've got the plot going in my head, I don't see how they could fit Hush in properly. But Hush is certainly a good duality to Batman.
The yin to the yang kind of thing.
Absolutely. So if this whole movie is about duality between Batman and the Riddler, and they need I think the Riddler will be the primary villain. I just think it's possible that he's using Hush as the secondary villain because he's too smart to get himself caught at his own murder scenes.
Is the expression is it the cat's paw or something like that, or a monkey's paw? Like
I
a
have no idea what you're
feign?
talking about.
Like a
Oh,
fake out almost?
a red herring.
Red herring, yeah, that's the word.
I don't know. I don't think it's a red herring that the Riddler is going to be the main antagonist or the secondary antagonist. I just don't know. I don't know. It seems like they're giving hints that Hush will be in it, but you could be perfectly right. They're just doing that to make fans second guess themselves, right?
Oh, I just Googled it. Cat's paw, a person who is used by another to carry out an unpleasant or dangerous task. So I don't think that is actually applicable here, because I was like, that must maybe, but I don't think
Oh
so.
no, that's applicable. Yeah, no, that would be what Hush would be used for in this movie.
Okay.
He'd be used as the person to do the murders for Riddler. So actually, you picked out a pretty good phrase.
Nice. Pulled that into
Even,
my ass.
yeah, even if it was a complete accident.
Yep.
All right, Aegis, what would you rate this trailer out of 10?
8.5. And that's being
No,
like conservative. I'd say 9.
yeah, I was gonna land it on 8.5. I guess maybe it's meant to be a bit slower. And oh my god, that beating up scene was brutal. So
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. I'm hovering at about an 8.5. I don't know what the problem is. I can't think of what more I would have wanted out of the trailer. It doesn't spoil too much. It gave that great Easter egg where people had to hunt down what that translation was of the code from the Riddler.
Yep.
It's a pretty damn good trailer. I to be honest, I can't think of any reason why it's not a 10 for me, but maybe because this is only our third trailer we've reviewed, I want to leave some wiggle room for a trailer that completely blows my mind.
You know what's funny too? We just like reviewed and discussed King Kong versus Godzilla, and that one showed a lot of like too many of the big moments in it. Like we felt like we just saw like the big battles in it. Whereas this, it feels like there's like a lot of mystery being like interspersed with the trailer just to want to see more, because I want to see more right now.
Yeah, but I still think that maybe that's one of the reasons why in my head I can't give this a higher rating. I'm still pretty sure the scene we're paused at and the scene with the Joker goons are the last like 5 minutes of the movie. So I guess maybe that's why I'm somewhat holding back on a 10. I do think this might have literally the last scene in the movie in the trailer.
Well, this is
But
something to return to
that's me.
when we watch it, actually, just to see if you're right or wrong.
Yeah, come back and just be like, well.
Hate to say I told you so, Gilded, but I told you so.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll hold off on the told you so. That's kind of all I have to say. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think that was a good deep dive into just our thoughts on the trailer and just how hyped we are for it.
All right. Sounds good. You guys all have a great night.
Later, guys.